Hey guys, welcome to TFGoose Gaming. I'm TFGoose here with Vendetta, and we are bringing you just a real quick video today on Rogue Legacy. And this is just a kind of a walkthrough of sorts for the first three bosses. We'll get to the rest of the game in an upcoming video, but as you can see, if you're checking out the channel, we're putting out a few videos on this game today because we just found it this past weekend and love it.
Amazing.
Really, really sharp game. So for this first guy here, we're around, what, about like level 50 something? Yeah,
Yeah, 52.
there we go. So yeah, we're in a little bit what I would call substandard equipment for this stage, but pretty decent stats. And we're just kind of running through and trying to lock the castle down a little bit there to make repeated runs on this boss until we got a nice class setup that we liked. So we'll pop through over here and give him a look-see. And this guy isn't like super bad, honestly. It's the second guy that really ticks me off. But
Yeah, the first boss isn't too bad. I think it's kind of a cool introduction to the main boss and Kidder there.
yeah, he's a big kidder, big kidder. But as you can see, something you can do in the beginning there when he's doing that kind of spread pattern there is kind of stay on the ground if you can. Obviously, to get on the platform, it's much more difficult to evade. So try that, and you can evade some of those projectiles a little bit easier. You know, if you're a melee class, that is, then you really need to be up there to pound on them. So if you're doing some sort of a mage gimmick, you might be able to stay down below a little easier. And here is actually, we don't demonstrate the best way to do that right there, but what you want to do is kind of follow the projectiles around a little bit. You can dash there if you have that rune and stay ahead of that attack a little bit. But in reality, I think we're using a barb here, am I right?
Yeah, that's a barb, and he does okay damage, but you know, you could really kill this guy with a variety of classes, you know, be it melee or magic. He's pretty versatile and easy to kill.
The big thing is with the barb, and what we liked about him is that you can mess up quite a bit, you know, as we did here. You know, we thought about redoing this and showing you a little bit cleaner video, but this just proves the versatility of the barb, and because he's so heavy on HP, he can take a beating, you know, and still stay in there with this guy and tear him up. So that's how you can take down the first boss, but obviously you can do it a little cleaner. This is just total ripoff though, right?
Yay, magic.
Yeah. Yeah, those stats can be a number of things, and we just got...
It's completely random as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, and we just kind of got ribbed with 3 MP, you know, increases, but what are you going to do? So we'll move on now to the second boss here, and here I believe we picked an assassin. This is an assassin, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see the little dark cloud of crazy following him around. So this is Alexander, and this guy can be a bit of a chore.
Absolutely.
You know, just because it isn't really him that's the problem. It's the fact that he just loads the screen up with those ads. You're starting to see him come now. So again, if you're only melee, and you know, a lot of the time you have to do at least some melee no matter what your class is in this game, it becomes an issue to get some damage in on him when all these guys load the screen. So we figured best thing to do is to limit the number of ads on the screen at once, and to use a class that has really, really high damage to try to turn off those ads as quickly as possible. So that's why we went the assassin here, and I think this worked out the best. I mean, we tried a number of things, man, didn't we?
Yeah, this one took quite a while for us to get down, but we went with the assassin in the end because he has a high crit chance and a high crit damage, so he was able to really dispatch those ads rather quickly. And if you let too many of them pile on, it becomes almost impossible not to get hit. And, you know, the assassin doesn't have a whole lot of hit points. You know, it's not a barb, so you got to really be careful and try not to take, you know, that much damage.
Exactly. That really is the key with this boss, is to just keep those ads under control. You know, utilize your special abilities there. You know, if you've got them, you know, or the magic spells. You know, in this case we have a scythe. You know, you can use that to try to keep them down a little bit. You know, and the assassin does have the mist ability as well, which I don't really think we use that much here, if at all. But mainly because it's kind of can be a little bit of a pain to keep track of yourself on the screen when you do. But
yeah, that's definitely a useful spell, especially for some bosses. Like, you could have used that in the first boss and even the third. But
yeah, it just, you know, that's part of the charm of this game, is there's really a number of ways that you can do each boss. But this is just what we went with, and high damage, you know, enough HP to take a few hits, and just keep those ads under control. It's really, really important, or you will get torched. And As we teleport out there, we can see it unlocks the second part of the door. And now we'll move on to the third boss. As I said, this is a quick little video, and this is a quick little fight. Because we want.
I actually tried this on a whim. Again, guys, we were experimenting with different classes, trying to beat this guy. You know, we've never fought this boss, so we weren't really sure what to expect. I tried with some melee classes. This room is really tough because of all those spiked balls, and obviously he leaves that that little fire trail there. But this archmage with the flame orb just absolutely tears this guy up.
Yeah, this is just crazy, and we do not have a lot of you know, magic attack up or really much in this guy at all, and he just destroys. I mean, look at that. That was absolutely, you know, no problem. And even though the mage has very little HP, you know, you don't get hit that often, and you tear him down so fast that it's just a joke. So that's definitely the best way to take down that guy, in my opinion, or, you know, try and keep him at range. But anyway, guys, that's what we have for you on the first 3 bosses. Definitely check out the other couple videos we released this weekend if you're wanting to get a little bit more kind of back to basics on the game, understand what's all, you know, what this thing is all about. Or if you want to break down a little bit more in depth of the classes and traits and stuff, there's a video there for you as well. So give them a look-see. Hope you guys enjoyed the content, and be on the lookout for more of this game and some more SimCity coverage coming soon. Thanks.